right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Enjoy Sunday. Another dry day, then shower and thunderstorms are likely on Monday.
More and more people driving with expired tags. And our I-Team finds out even some of your elected leaders are breaking the law. A landlord killed while sitting in his truck.
I lost my father, my friend.
Tonight we hear from his family and new information about the alleged killer. We want to thank you for joining us at 10 tonight. I'm Brent Solomon. New developments in the shooting death of a St. Anne landlord. The victim's son speaking out tonight for the very first time as the suspect in the case faces criminal charges. New at 10, Robert Townsend with the very latest.
I look at it, I say a little prayer that I miss him.
A heartbroken John Kelly weeps every time he looks at this memorial outside his father's real estate office on North 25th Street in North St. Louis. It's here 72-year-old Michael Kelly was shot and killed.
I love him, and I'm sorry it happened.
According to charging documents, on March 8th, Kelly pulled up in his pickup truck and parked outside his office in the Hyde Park neighborhood. Police say surveillance video shows Kelly sitting in his truck when a man, later identified as James Cody, followed Kelly, hopped out of a gray car, and repeatedly fired gunshots.
My knowledge is there's probably 22 shots that were fired.
The longtime landlord suffered a gunshot wound to his face, crashed his truck into his business, and died. Bullets also hit his real estate business.
It's just unbelievable. I came straight here while the truck was into the building.
A devastated John could not believe his dad lost his life in the very neighborhood where for 3 decades Mike built and rehabbed homes, especially for low-income people.
It was his passion every day to help people, to give them places to live.
He was a very hard-working, content guy. Loved what he was doing.
On Thursday, a grand jury indicted Cody on first-degree murder and armed criminal action charges. On June 13th, James Cody will be back in court for another hearing. Now, at that time, Michael Kelly's family and friends hope to learn what will happen next in this case.
My understanding is they want to give him a life sentence with no parole. I want the justice to prevail. I lost my father, my friend.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
And Kelly says the suspect is the boyfriend of one of his father's former tenants. Police have not said anything about a motive. Gunfire injuring a 16-year-old girl and another person in downtown St. Louis tonight. There were 2 shooting scenes, one at 9th and Pine and the other nearby at 8th and Chestnut. Our photographer on the scene saw a juvenile in handcuffs. Right now, police have not released any information on whether these incidents are related, but they say both victims are expected to be okay. That gunfire not far away from where a group of people gathered to demand an end to gun violence. They rallied at Keener Plaza in downtown St. Louis today wearing orange to raise awareness. This comes in the wake of several mass shootings all across the country. Advocates and victims want lawmakers to act.
We put people in place who we think have our best interests, but a lot of times most of these people are just there for themselves. So these people are tired. Everybody's out here tired.
This week, the president called on Congress to make stricter gun laws. The House will debate gun control legislation next week. A former Mizzou student now out of the hospital following a hazing incident that left him with brain damage so severe he's unable to speak, see, or walk. Daniel Santulli was in the hospital for nearly 8 months. He became unconscious in October after a hazing incident at a Phi Gamma Delta fraternity party. His family has settled lawsuits with 23 members of the fraternity, and this week they filed a new petition against 2 others. 13 students in the fraternity are also facing suspension or expulsion. Well, last night we told you COVID cases are climbing in the St. Louis area. Now a major grocery store chain once again requiring masks for employees. Schnucks employees and vendors must wear a mask at stores in the city and county. That's even if they're vaccinated. Masks are only encouraged for customers. An end is in sight for families across the country dealing with a baby formula shortage. Today, Abbott Nutrition reopened its plant in Michigan. The company shut it down back in February because of a bacterial contamination. The FDA says the plant met all of its requirements to restart production. Formula should hit store shelves in the coming weeks. All right, St. Louis NASCAR fans have the need for speed this weekend. The Enjoy Illinois 300 is bringing people together from this area and beyond. Our Ryan Henson caught up with rookie and longtime fans about their excitement this weekend in the Metro East.
There's something about the roar of an engine that captivates race fans.
We're listening to the loud, fast cars.
Out here drinking beer, just enjoying America and watching some NASCAR.
Just so infectious. The energy is amazing. NASCAR.
The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Toyota 200 wrapped up this afternoon. After the Truck Series ended, fans got a chance to get on the track and have some fun of their own. Motorcycle riders popped wheelies, did stunts and tricks. Then there was the Thrills and Throttles featuring St. Louis's hottest 100 cars. Karen Price of High Ridge was in one of the Corvettes.
There's a lot of families, and that's a good thing. We like the drags, so we're very happy that this has come back to St. Louis. It's awesome.
But it's the musical headliner folks were most looking forward to.
I'm going down now, babe.
I'm really excited about it. Our homeboy Nelly's going to be performing.
All in all, a fun day at Worldwide Technology Raceway. But fans say the support is needed tomorrow for the Enjoy Illinois 300.
If you've never been here before, give it a try. I promise it'll be your last time.
Ryan Henson, 5 on your side.
And don't worry, Hannah Yates will have much more on NASCAR in about 15 minutes. The Enjoy Illinois 300 kicks off at 2:30 tomorrow. You can watch it live on Fox Sports 1, and we'll have a complete recap of the race tomorrow night on Sports Plus, which is after 5 on your side at 10. As more countries help Ukraine fight Russia, we verify one of your questions. Is the U.S. donating the most money? Expired temp tags. It's a growing issue in the St. Louis area, and our I-Team found out some of your elected leaders are part of the problem.
You won't need your umbrella on Sunday, but you will on Monday. I'll time out the shower and thunderstorm chances that will continue off and on throughout the week ahead.
Countries all around the world are helping Ukraine fight Russia by offering financial aid. Brandon Lewis from our National Verify team looks into which country is pledged to donate the most.
On May 21st, President Joe Biden signed a bill to send tens of billions of dollars to help Ukraine. This is on top of other American aid packages. Verify viewer Brian emailed us to ask how that compares to other nations and noted, quote, "It seems like the U.S. is giving far more than all other nations combined." So let's verify. Has the U.S. pledged the most aid to Ukraine? Our sources are the Kiel Institute for the World Economy, the U.S. government, the European Commission, and aid announcements by the United Kingdom, Canada, and Germany. It's important to understand that not all of the money in U.S. aid packages actually ends up in Ukraine. Some of it goes to support American troops in the region, neighboring countries, and Ukrainian refugees. What does go to Ukraine is considered direct aid and can be in the form of military, humanitarian, and financial assistance. The Kiel Institute runs the only publicly available database that tracks every nation's pledged direct aid. It estimates, including this latest aid package, that the U.S. has pledged more than $40 billion in direct aid. The next biggest pledge was from the United Kingdom, with nearly $5 billion in aid. So, yes, the U.S. has pledged the most aid to Ukraine. However, the Kiel Institute points out that other countries have a smaller economic output than the U.S. If you compare aid packages as a percentage of GDP, then the U.S. comes in fourth, behind Estonia, Latvia, and Poland, all of which border either Ukraine or Russia. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
And if you have a story for us to verify, all you have to do is send us a message. Text the word verify to 314-425-5355.
And Brent, we've been watching the Doppler weather radar. A couple of light showers are making their way through Franklin County, even around Washington and Union and Augusta. They may move into parts of the metro, but don't expect that tomorrow. It's going to be a dry day before a very good chance of rain on Monday. More on that, I'll time it out, coming up.
Some of you contacted our I-team after noticing a St. Louis alderman and a county administrator not playing by the rules. 9th Ward Alderman Dan Gunther and St. Louis County Executive Sam Page's Chief of Staff Cal Harris both drive cars with expired license plates. Tonight, the I-team's Christine Byers told us that what police are doing about it.
If somebody isn't following the law with something so simple as tags, why are they going to be filing a law with anyone else?
Andrew Polachek is talking about 9th Ward Alderman Dan Gunther. The alderman drives this old pickup, and as you can see, the tag expired in 2019.
You can't expect a normal citizen to particularly do the right thing if you can't see your leaders to do the right thing.
Drive down any street in the St. Louis area or any parking lot, and chances are you'll find some expired tags and expired temporary tags, just like the alderman's.
In fact, we visited a half dozen random parking lots in St. Louis and St. Louis County and found expired tags at every one.
I don't like paying taxes, but I do it because if I don't, I get pulled over and I get a ticket.
The I-team looked at the number of tickets issued in 4 counties and found enforcement is way down. St. Charles County Police wrote almost 1,100 tickets for improper plates and tags in 2019. It dropped to less than 900 in 2021. In St. Louis County, officers wrote just over 10,000 tickets in 2019 and almost 6,000 in 2021. In Jefferson County, it dropped from 3,600 tickets in 2019 to just under 2,000 last year. Captain Nick Forler said there were simply fewer cars on the road during the height of the pandemic.
As we look at this year, it seems like we're on pace to kind of pick back up. So it seems to be a little bit more consistent with the way it was pre-COVID, which was probably a reason that some of those numbers have decreased through the years 2021 and so on.
That's what we found in St. Louis City, where Alderman Gunther lives. About 6,200 tickets were handed out in 2019. It dipped drastically in 2020 and then edged back up to over 4,400 last year. Public Safety Director Dan Isom wouldn't comment about Alderman Gunther's plates.
We get a lot of people calling us and telling us they see these temp tags and these expired tags all over town all the time, and it just doesn't seem like police are doing anything about it. Why is that?
It's not the primary reason that we're pulling over people in cars, because we have a limited amount of resources and time. If we were to completely enforce that, we wouldn't have time to do the other things that are very important as well. So we've instructed officers to enforce it as a secondary violation.
Alderman Gunther isn't the only public official driving a car with an improper license plate. A viewer sent us a tip about a car that belongs to St. Louis County Executive Sam Page's Chief of Staff. Calvin Harris's out-of-state plates expired in 2021. Page's spokesman told the I-team Harris is in the process of getting it licensed in Missouri. The I-team spotted Alderman Gunther's pickup just this week, parked in front of his home with a flat. We tried talking to him, but he didn't answer. He told us during a phone call the truck is old, and without parts, he's unable to get it inspected and tagged. Gunther admitted he uses the truck and knows he's breaking the law.
It's just frustrating because, somebody in power should be held to a higher level, higher standard. They should be at a higher bar because you're a role model. And whether you're a teacher, a priest, a politician, a CEO, if you can't be at the higher bar, why should anyone else?
For the I-team, Christine Byers, 5 on your side.
Thanks for that report, Christine. One of the hardest working men in TV is working on his birthday. Jim Castillo, happy birthday to you.
Hey, thank you, kind sir.
You brought us some good weather to go with it, huh?
Yeah, I got back from vacation, so that was the longest vacation I've had in a while. But I am back. It's good to be back, and it is beautiful out there, isn't it? So a couple of showers are popping up, and we knew that. A very small disturbance coming through here. And eventually, after probably 2 a.m., all that shower activity goes away. And so tomorrow, another very nice day in store for us, another dry day. So there's a frontal system up to the north of us, low pressure to the west. We're watching both of those, but it does look like we'll be in between both systems on Sunday. So here we go. A couple showers. The current radar showing Washington, Augusta, and they are moving into western St. Louis County. So don't be surprised if you see a sprinkle or two. or a light shower, even around Steelville and then Rolla, right along 44. But this is a small cluster of what used to be a big cluster of storms in the Plain States. And we're seeing that redevelopment again tonight there. Not expecting that to follow the same path for tomorrow. But on Monday morning, we are expecting shower and thunderstorm activity around the area. So 76 degrees right now, good flying weather out there. And of course, looks like Richmond Heights and Wentzville and Farmington and Weldon Spring. It's a little on the cloudy side, but still very nice. And that high today was 86. We're at 76 now. That humidity's gone up just a little bit. It's 45%. Dew point's at 53. And it's a nice calm wind out there. So it's a nice evening. Hour by hour forecast is showing, again, those temperatures basically in the 70s throughout at least midnight, and then dropping down into the 60s as we head into the overnight hours. Probably 64 in St. Louis for that overnight low. And of course, the allergies, they have been high. The trees and also weeds are on the moderate side, but grasses are high, mold is high. And of course, it looks like that'll stay that way throughout the week. The rain might knock that down just a little bit. But here we go. 10-day forecast is showing so good weather for the Illinois 300, 85, partly sunny, and then 82 for Monday. But showers and storms are likely in the morning hours or into the early afternoon. And then 80 for Tuesday, still some scattered storms around, and then also for Wednesday. But by Thursday, a dry day. Very nice. Then it's showers and storms likely again by Friday, 78. Scattered showers in the morning Saturday, and then dry 77. And Sunday generally dry at 80, but it does look like after that we kind of heat up a little bit.
All right, we'll take it. Jim, thanks. Here's Hannah now with what's coming up in sports.
We talk with some of the biggest names ahead of the NASCAR Cup Series race tomorrow in St. Louis. That is coming up next in sports.
And 5 on Your Side is a proud partner of the Folds of Honor campaign. That's sponsored by Schnucks. From now until July 4th, you can round up at the register, and the money you donate provides scholarships for spouses and children of fallen and wounded service members.
The St. Louis Cardinals are in Chicago, and manager Ollie Marmol was not thrilled with this ump strike zone in Game 1. He was ejected for the first time as Cardinals manager as the Cards lost 6-1. Luckily, they got another chance in Game 2. The Redbirds lead 7-3 in the bottom of the 10th inning at last check. And people like Curtis Francois and John Bomarito have worked years to bring the first ever NASCAR Cup Series race to St. Louis. That dream is coming to fruition tomorrow afternoon at Worldwide Technology Raceway. The inaugural laps around the track were taken today in the Cup Series qualifying race. Winner Chase Briscoe spoke and said he's never seen so many fans out to watch this. The race is sold out tomorrow, and they anticipate 80,000 fans to pack the raceway. Worldwide Technology CEO Dave Stewart says it's an event that brings every community together.
As I look at this race, it demonstrates that east and west and north and south, and the river doesn't divide us anymore. Illinois and Missouri working together in ways we would never had opportunity to work together before. And then you get the older community being able to translate and transfer that to the next generation. It's really gratifying for me to see.
The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series was also underway this afternoon. Corey Haim captured his second win of the season and celebrated the victory in true NASCAR fashion. He says he's impressed with St. Louis.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I've been here once before, and there was nowhere near the good enough turnout as it was today. So it's phenomenal to see all these fans today. The Toyota 200 was a great show, and I'm glad to be here.
In prep sports as well, 4 girls soccer teams in our area have been crowned state champs this weekend. Whitfield girls facing St. Pius X today in the Class 1 finals. The Warrior fan base knew they were close. So did Mia Devra. With that goal, she separates with speed and gets a hat trick to lead Whitfield to its first ever girls state soccer title in program history. Final score 3-0. Colorado facing Edmonton in the Western Conference Finals with a 2-game lead. And in the first period, Connor McDavid doing superstar things as per usual. He gives the Oilers a 1-goal lead here, and the game is tied at 2 heading into the third period when JT Compher shoots and scores for the Avalanche lead as Colorado wins this one 4-2 with the chance to sweep in Game 4. And a lot of excitement over at the track. In the weekend ahead, we'll have all of that coverage on Sports Plus tomorrow night. That is it for sports. Back to you guys.
All right, we're looking forward to it. Thanks, Hannah. Jim, how about a final look?
All right, yeah, don't be surprised if you see a shower out there or a sprinkle this evening, late evening, of course, into the early overnight hours. So during the overnight, like Washington has seen a little bit of that. Also Steelville and Rolla, but not much is going on. Big storms out around Goodland, Kansas, and also Lincoln, Nebraska. We'll watch that for Monday, but probably they will weaken as it comes in our direction. So Monday, weakening storms, but still a chance of some morning storms on Monday. So the 10-day forecast is showing temperatures tomorrow with a partly sunny sky and dry weather, 85. So great for the Illinois 300. And then 82 on Monday, likely some showers and storms, some thunder in the morning on Monday, and it looks like minimal risk of severe weather. And then we're clearing up very nicely by Thursday.
Sounds good. Thanks all our time for 10. We hope you have a great night.